I did it again. Oops, I did it again. I've broken your heart. Just give me a second, everybody. And let's see. It worked. Look at me go. What's up, everybody? How's it going? I almost got it right this time. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? So, we didn't do the show last. I want to explain myself as to why I didn't do a show last night before everybody's like, yo, that intro was sick. Well, hey, Rayshawn, he said the intro was sick. Thank Heather. She's the one that did it.
Thank you, Rayshawn.
So, I want to explain why I didn't have a show last night. So, we watched the pay-per-view on Sunday, and I was irate. Not because I didn't get what I wanted.
There were some stupid-ass decisions.
The decision, and I'm going to say this now, the decision to, and it's coming to fruition. I said it at the beginning, and this is the reason why I'm mad. WWE is giving the fans what they want. I guarantee it. Give it a month and a half. Give it till after the pay-per-view. They're going to start shitting on fucking Bray Wyatt. Because that's all he is. If you watched Raw last night, it's just Bray Wyatt. It's just Bray Wyatt. Throughout the whole show, you didn't see the Fiend until the end. Seth Rollins has, and I've been saying it on Twitter, me and Basement have been saying this for the longest time. Since SummerSlam. You have built Seth Rollins up to be Superman. He should not lose to the Fiend. He should beat everybody, hands down. In fact, it should be a fucking squash match. Especially with the two people he's beaten the last two pay-per-views. Anybody with a logical thought should understand that. They have made Seth Rollins Roman Reigns version 2.0. In fact, I'm going to go one further and say they have made Seth Rollins Super Roman Reigns, if that makes sense. And I hate saying that because right now, Roman Reigns is more organic. They're essentially doing what they were going to do with Roman Reigns, and they're doing it with Seth Rollins. It's sad that they're going to fucking do this. And if the Fiend wins this title, if he wins, and I understand it's entertainment. I don't want people tweeting that it's fucking entertainment. Well, no shit, it's fucking entertainment. But give me something with realism. Why do you think the Attitude Era worked? Why do you think WCW succeeded at the beginning? It's because they inserted realism into shows. In no way, shape, or form, and it all stems back to SummerSlam, in no way, shape, or form should Seth Rollins have beaten Brock Lesnar. At all. That should have been a squash match. Period. Bottom line. Don't want to hear about it. There is no way, and I'm pretty sure that almost everybody on this panel, which I will introduce in a minute, will agree with me on this statement. Because you cannot make somebody out to be something that he is not. And Seth Rollins is not invincible. What makes Seth Rollins look invincible is WWE, and he's not. You don't get decimated for 2 fucking weeks straight and then come out and beat a legit fucking superstar like fucking Brock Lesnar. There is no way. And even with that, you built up Brock Lesnar to never be beaten, and then you fucking essentially squash him with the guy that weighs about 100 pounds less than he does. How the fuck is that real? It's not. With that being said, I'm going to introduce the panel. They've been sitting here listening to me talk. We're going to talk about Raw a little bit. I've got Bobbit, Truck, and Ronnie, along with Heather, who is also here. How are you guys tonight?
Not bad.
Doing okay tonight.
Good. I know.
I'm good.
I don't know how you all feel about what I'm just saying. I know that most of you, and if you do disagree with me, that's fine. But if we're gonna have a discussion about it, I've gotta understand where you're coming from, and you gotta understand where I'm coming from. I love realism, and this is what's missing. This is why WWE people are saying, well, WWE sucks now. It's because the realism is gone out of fucking
Well, I just
wrestling.
like how he attacks Seth at the end of a pay-per-view and he gets a title shot at the next pay-per-view.
He's had one fucking. We're talking about Fiend. He's had one fucking match. One match.
And it was a dark match at that.
No, he had the pay-per-view
No,
match
Bray Wyatt.
against Finn Balor. It wasn't even a match. It was a squash. It was to get Finn Balor off the show. I wouldn't say he's garbage. They're just booking him wrong. Everybody thinks he's hot right now. So let's just pull the fucking trigger and see what happens. They're booking scared right now. That's what WWE is doing. They have nothing. They have nothing with the upcoming AEW. Are they scared of AEW? No, they're not, and they shouldn't be. But they're booking like it. So, what are your guys' thoughts?
It's one of those, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, because if he wins the title, you're painting yourself into a corner, because then he's not going to be on the show at the time, and then if he loses, he's going to be, it's going to look like shit.
I'd rather be damned if they don't. Because right? I mean,
Right. In the Hell in a Cell, you're going to have a winner. So someone is going to lose. You have Seth lose, then of course it's just defeated everything you've done to build him up. And if you have Bray lose, then you've defeated the purpose of building him up.
Well, it's damned if you don't. If you don't even put fucking Bray Wyatt, I'd rather have damned if you don't. I don't want Bray Wyatt in this match. I don't. Too soon.
Yep, but unfortunately, Seth challenged him, so that's what you're going to get.
I get that. I understand that. I know what they did. But I'm telling you what I would not have done, and I would not have had Seth come out and challenge him. I wouldn't have even had Seth at the fucking show. He came out like nothing fucking happened. But yet, fucking Finn Balor, who, justifiably so, beat Seth Rollins at SummerSlam 3 years ago. I mean, come on. What makes Seth Rollins that much better than everybody else that he comes out after being Mandible Claude and fucking Sister Abigail? Nothing. He should not have showed up or been there. I would have left people fucking hanging. I would have done little vignettes, but I wouldn't have fucking had him show up. It probably would have been better off. And I would have had Seth show up at the fucking pay-per-view, ready to, with his match, he moves on from it. Do something, just keep Bray Wyatt out of the picture, but in it, if that makes sense. Have him just taunt the shit out of fucking Seth Rollins. That's what I would have done. But they're going, let's pull the trigger, let's put him in a match. Seth Rollins should beat The Fiend. I don't care what anybody fucking says. Seth Rollins should beat The Fiend. It should not be the other way around. Why? Because Seth Rollins beat Braun Strowman. He beat Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar beat everybody on the fucking roster. Everybody. But The Fiend. I don't think he ever wrestled Bray Wyatt.
Not as his current character.
I don't think he ever wrestled Bray Wyatt, period.
No, I'm talking about Seth.
He might have come out and fucking F5'd him, but I don't remember that.
Oh, you're talking about Brock? No.
Yeah, okay. So,
not that I remember anything.
That's what I'm trying to say. But people seem to fucking... WWE gets it, and some of these fans get it in their mind that they just want to forget what happened last year. You can't. Because then what happens later, it becomes illogical for those that do fucking think. And don't fucking... not pay attention to WWE. They're booking these shows, and I said it on fucking Sunday. The WWE is nothing but a moment anymore. And they make this moment out to be, oh, this is a story. This is how we're telling this. It's just a moment. And they think it's good storytelling. That's what WWE is doing. That's another reason why they're fucking failing.
Well, and they're seeing the Twitter trends. They're seeing what the fans want. And we got this already with Becky. You see how that's turned out. We've gotten this with Seth. What the fans want. You're seeing how that's turning out. And they're doing the same thing with Bray. Bray last night was #1 trend.
Okay. I don't care. I don't care what Twitter says. I don't care what the fans say. WWE needs to book shit the way WWE should be booking shit. It's too soon for this fucking storyline. Too soon. Bray Wyatt will be dead within 6 months.
Giving him a lot of credit.
No, he'll be around for 6 months. And as soon as they put the fucking title on him, I guarantee it, 2 months down the road, people are going to be fucking sick of it. Because the attention span of fucking people, this is why WWE doesn't do long-term booking. Because the fucking attention span of fans is so far minuscule. Like, it's like me trying to get Wendy to sit down and watch Paw Patrol. She'll watch the first song, and then she'll be like, okay, I'm done. Like, she did it today. I came home for lunch, and she was listening to the opening. As soon as that was over,
she was on to something else.
She was on to something else. Wrestling fans are like fucking infants. Their attention span is minuscule at best.
And that's why you're getting storylines like Mike and Maria Kanellis Bennett. With now this week, it's who's the baby daddy. It's pathetic.
Which I said last night, that was stupid shit.
Now, I'm going to say this. For as bad as that show was last night, there was one good thing off that show. And that was the King of the Ring match. I was thoroughly impressed with Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin deserves the push he's getting. Everybody's like, huh? Yes, he was boring as hell. It's because he was being booked improperly. He is going to get a push. I see him getting the title shot against Kofi Kingston. I see him beating Kofi Kingston. I don't mind what Baron Corbin showed me a lot last night. So did Chad Gable. But I knew Chad Gable was just going to be. They were teasing WWE fans. They gave WWE fans one thing, but then WWE's going to fucking do what they want to do because that's what WWE does. They give you one thing, and then the WWE giveth, and the WWE take away. No, he will be on SmackDown tonight because they're doing the coronation. I seen that on Twitter last night. How come they're doing the coronation? Because they're doing it tonight. And he's going to challenge Kofi Kingston. I think that they're going to actually have the King of the Ring be a #1, the winner. He gets a title shot. That should be what they do. We talked about this numerous times. He should be getting a title shot. That's what he should be doing. That's just me. I didn't mind, but I thought that was the best match of the night. The best segment of the night? Yeah, it probably was the end of the show. Because it was fucking over. It had nothing to... There was not one good thing on that show except for the King of the Ring match. We're going to talk about this throughout the night, too, is fucking Sasha Banks and these fucking idiot fans, too. We're going to talk about that. Might as well get it out of the way right now. These idiot fucking fans out there saying that fucking Sasha Banks is she didn't mean to hurt Paige, and then but she'll give a kick to fucking Alexa Bliss. That kick last night was nothing. It didn't even. Alexa Bliss hit her ass All she did was hit her ass on the fucking ring post. It didn't hurt Alexa Bliss. I didn't say you were an idiot. Unless you're one of those fans.
I was going to say generalizing it.
Okay, you're not an idiot. But I'm talking about idiot fans that come out and say that Sasha Banks is a fucking stiff worker. So is Seth Rollins. What's your fucking point? Nobody shits on him. Give me a fucking break. I know everybody on Twitter knows what I'm talking about, especially on the panel knows what I'm talking about. Eric Rowan speaks tonight. He's going to sit down and he's going to tell us why, I guess. I don't fucking know. Wendy, stop hitting my computer like that. I'm going to break your fingers.
The power button.
Why are you so angry at the computer?
She's just voicing her opinion.
Well, she doesn't need to beat on my goddamn computer.
She's as irate as you were.
Off now. This is why Mommy can't be in the chat with you awake.
What's going on, Chance? Now, when I call, I'm trying to educate. There is no way that Sasha Banks intended to hurt Alexa Bliss. If there is heat between Alexa Bliss and fucking Sasha Banks, I don't think WWE would have put them together. If there's that much heat, come on, man. You like my shirt? No, you cannot have it. It's the only clean one I think
this was going to be the start of Nikki and Alexa breaking up too.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Because we knew they weren't going to put the titles on Sasha and Bayley last night. And
well, no, they didn't put the titles on them.
No, I mean, they won it, but I'm saying they didn't put them on them, but this is going to be the start of, oh, well, you cost us the match, and you're going to see them two start their feud.
Whoa.
Yeah, the fracture.
Because I think we even said Sunday about the Kabuki Warriors. Because they're waiting on Paige.
Yep. Paige here.
Hitting the computer like that. And she doesn't smack her hand. If anything, get the other laptop out. Let her fucking slam on that fucking thing.
I do want to say this. This is, this WWE choosing which moments for us to remember is no really new thing. They did that before, considering Undertaker and Triple H wrestled back at WrestleMania 17, and then when they did it at Hell in a Cell, they acted like it was their first WrestleMania. They declined to remind us what happened before because they like to pick and choose their moments.
Wendy, look. Over here. Look at that. Beat on that for a minute.
So apparently the Revival is officially part of SmackDown.
Well,
it would make sense with them having the belts.
It makes sense with them having the fucking SmackDown belts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can beat up that computer all you want. It's broken anyway.
I mean, it still works, but... I can't get into Japan with that computer. Yeah.
I feel like we've watched it on this computer.
HDMI. We could Skype and watch New Japan, but I don't have a long enough HDMI. here. You know what I mean?
Is it out of your reach now? That's why I wanted to leave it on the floor for you.
Well, I'm waiting for people to bring up they switched to Revival there and they're keeping them there, but we have Sasha tonight and she's a Raw superstar. I'm like, they'll be taken care of in a couple weeks when the draft happens.
Yes. If you also watched Raw last night, they did say that the wild card rule will be going away. They did say that. Okay, where's it going to be at? It's going to be in California. I'm good. I can't afford to come out to California, but congratulations, man. You just graduated high school. Why are you getting married so soon? Californians are fucking weird. I'm telling you. I'm just kidding. I'm sure that there's more than one California. With all those celebrities, I can imagine. Who did he sit down and have coffee with this time?
New Dad.
I'm sure he did.
That's why I asked him if he had bootios or pancakes.
Yeah.
That's why you wait 7 years. Usually that's when you figure out if it's worth it or not.
You loved her? You don't love her anymore? Just asking. I'm asking for a friend.
He loved her this weekend. They were on vacation.
Each his own, man. It's fine. Well, that had to fucking hurt just a little bit.
It didn't even touch.
Oh. Sounded like it did.
It bounced off the bouncy seat.
Really, Wise Society? Come on, man.
That's a little too far.
Well, I love Heather. Point. Just saying, right? Because you love somebody doesn't mean you put a ring on them like right away. God damn. I did that. Love waffles?
I love waffles too, Ronnie.
I love chocolate ice cream. It doesn't lift my hips.
Okay, Aaron, that's what we're talking about. The Paige situation had nothing to do with Sasha. It had everything to do with Paige. Paige herself said she was out of position. What is Sasha supposed to do? Say, Paige, you need to be out a little bit further? It's a heat of the moment thing. She had to go. So for people to shit all over fucking Paige or all over Sasha is wrong. I don't even want to hear that was on Paige, and Paige said it herself.
Didn't she also say she was having neck problems? She was hiding from the company or something?
Yes.
But of course, people
only hear. The thing about it is, people only hear what they want to fucking hear.
Exactly.
What they see is evidence enough for them, which makes no fucking sense to me. Because then you're not getting the whole story. And wrestling is completely. If you see somebody stab somebody, of course they're guilty. But this is a worked shoot. A worked fight. It's fake fighting. Okay? I'm going to tell you, for those of you who didn't know, wrestling is fake fighting. Okay? I know you guys aren't dumb, but there are going to be some people that view this and go put in the comments section. What?
Wait,
it's shut
this
up, Bob.
isn't
Bob,
real?
Bob, it's
Well,
shut
fuck,
up. Bob,
well, fuck me.
Shut up. So, it's a worked shoot. It's worked. Okay? We don't know. With Paige coming out and saying it was my fault, Number one, I was too close to Sasha. And number two, I didn't tell WWE that I was still having neck issues. I thought I could work through it. So what does that tell you? How is that Sasha's fault?
Plus, she hit the initial neck injury for damn near a year.
Yes, she did. And I watched that Total Divas episode. She hid that injury for years. Why? Because she was afraid that she was never going to be able to wrestle again. If she would have gone in and got it taken care of, she probably could still be wrestling today.
Right. For all these people saying Sasha's malicious, two things. One, they quite clearly say in the PSA, whatever they are called, the message before and during and after the credit commercials, that these things happen, accidents do happen, this is why you don't try this at home. And two, if you believe Sasha was malicious with it, go watch the Chronicles she did, because she did seem malicious to me. She seemed like she was very sorry about what she did.
But it's not her fault.
No, I agree. It's like she felt so bad. She was actually crying on the thing.
Sasha Banks has nothing to apologize for. Nothing.
No, I agree.
And then for people to come out and say that Sasha Banks, even after that, there's people out there saying, I'm going to say this. There's a difference between mental illness and mental health.
Right.
You can be depressed, but that doesn't mean that you have a mental illness. If your mental health is degraded, okay, there's a way to fix it. And that's talking to somebody and not saying, hey, these people are picking on me. That's not how you resolve your issues of depression. That's not going to solve everything. You need to talk to somebody. I had to find that out the hard way. I was depressed. I don't have a mental illness or take medication for it. I probably should, but I don't, because I have learned how to manage it. Okay? Yes, I have rage. Heather has seen it. But and it's not and I'm gonna tell you right now, and none of it is directed at her, okay? I don't think I've ever had rage towards Heather. I've spanked Wendy, but that's why I say, Heather, come and take her, because I'm at my point, because I don't want to go that far, and I never will. So I know how to manage. I know when to say when. It's like drinking. I know when to say when. But I've never had a mental breakdown with Heather, or that Heather has seen. I used to be that way. But then I got help and I talked to somebody. What Sasha did, talking about it, helps, yes, but talking to somebody that can give you feedback on what your problem is, that's what you need. So, I don't think she has a mental illness. I do agree with that. I think she had a mental health problem. Everybody's got a certain breaking point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, Heather has a breaking point with Wendy with the computer, because she just slapped her hand.
Keep slapping the computer. You want to slap a computer? Slap this one. Or is it just because it doesn't piss me off that you smack that one that you want to slap this one?
See what I'm saying? Calm your shit. I'm just kidding. Sorry. You're gonna watch my video tomorrow sleeping? I suck that bad, Sarah? Man. Just kidding. Tim Huffman. have no idea who Jeff Huffman is. So, but what do you guys think? I mean, what about Sasha? We're sitting here watching this triple threat, which I don't give a fuck about, but Ronnie?
I mean, for her, I mean, it everybody's personal preference. And like you said, everybody has a breaking point. Everybody has shit that they've got to deal with in their life, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's who you're engaged to, whether who you're married to, kids. I mean, life is difficult at times.
It is very difficult.
And talking to someone that has the knowledge and concept that can help you is a starting point. Trying to do it yourself is not going to work. It's just like a hamster wheel. You're just going to be spinning your wheels. And for her to at least take the initiative to take that step,
right?
I mean, kudos to her. But for people to give her shit for what Paige has come out to say she did not do, for her to be sorry for what she did, she has compassion for what happened. It's not like she just blew it off, never said anything, never apologized. So people just need to just move on from this. Paige is dealing with what she's been dealt. Sasha's dealing with the hand that she's dealt, and that's what everybody has to do. You deal with the hand you're dealt, and you either make something of it or you feel sorry for yourself and wallow in your self-pity and expect everybody to feel sorry for you. Well, that gets old real quick.
Right. No, and I agree 100%. And sorry to hear that, Sarah. Apparently one of Sarah's friends died of cancer, so sorry to hear that. So my condolences, our condolences. Bobbitt, Trek?
You know, there seems to be this, I guess you'd call it a stigma about mental illness and everything like that, that it makes you weak to talk about it. That shouldn't be how people see it. If you need to talk to someone, you need to talk to someone. It actually helps. It's like, it's not going to make you look dumb or stupid or weak to talk to someone about a problem you have. If more people would talk, then there wouldn't be so many problems. I mean,
you know, as somebody who deals with depression, you know, I've gone to help with.
Yeah, we're listening.
There's been one night where I had to talk to JP because I was feeling so low, and you know, fortunately, I've got all of you guys that's you know, supporting me, that I can talk to y'all anytime. And
right,
you know, mental health is a hell of a thing because you never know. You know, you never know what somebody's going through.
I'm gonna say this. Yes, Sarah, mental illness is an epidemic, but here's the thing. It's not. How do I say this without sounding like an asshole? Because there are people out there that will use mental illness as an excuse to say, well, this is why I'm acting this way. Okay? You can't, and that's why I said Sasha Banks doesn't have a mental illness. She had a mental health issue. Okay? Mental illness, and the reason why it's an epidemic right now is people are afraid to say anything to anybody because it makes, like Trek said, it makes them look weak. I know these things. Soldiers in the military, it is prevalent with, and it's not even mental illness. What it is it is mental illness, but it's PTSD and traumatic brain injury that are causing depression, and people are committing suicide at high rates because they are afraid to talk to somebody because it makes them look weak. We're soldiers. We aren't supposed to be weak. Why do I need to talk to somebody? And that's the wrong answer. So it's an epidemic, yes, but it's not as prevalent as it sounds because, and again, I don't want to sound like a condescending asshole, but there are a lot of people out there that are saying that I have a mental illness that they really don't. I've seen it. I watched somebody collect a paycheck off of mental illness and take that check, go to the fucking bar, and there's not a goddamn thing wrong with that person. I don't know how I know because he told me straight up. I'm not friends with that guy anymore. I hate it when people do that shit. You're taking money off of somebody that deserves it. Does that make sense? That's the epidemic. That's the real epidemic. So, but again, and it is Suicide Prevention Month. Is that right? Yeah, it's Suicide Prevention Month, I think. So with that being said, if you are feeling down and depressed, there's Suicide Prevention Hotline. I don't have that number, but call it. If any of you want it, DM me. I will get it to you. I have access to those numbers. I have access to resources mostly for soldiers, but I can get other resources. That's what I do for a living. I find resources for people. And here's the number. 1-800. Well, this is a military. They'll point you in the right direction. It's 1-800-273-8255. Just press the number 1. And they'll direct you where to go. So. Back to the show. This is the problem I have with WWE. They're trying to make every match a 5-star match. They think by having longer matches makes the match good. I didn't even pay attention to this match. I don't know, Ronnie, were you paying?
No, I wasn't.
I've seen you looking up. I'm like, but
I just heard the bell ring, so I figured it was over.
Yeah, Ronnie, you're imitating the Street Profits. Are you looking at your ceiling?
Yeah. My weed.
Brock Lesnar.
This is the right one. If they weren't going to put it on Randy, this is the move they need to make.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we said this was going to happen.
Bork mode.
What did you say, Bobbit?
It's the Bork. I just said Bork mode. Am I freaking glad to see him?
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah. People are probably never so glad to see him. Well, SmackDown wanted him for the Fox premiere, so.
But you knew it was going to happen.
No, yeah. I just figured they could have.
They weren't going to put the title on
saved
Randy.
for it.
The next best option.
This is the next best option. But everybody's saying, oh, great, he's going to win the title and then he's not going to be on TV for 3 months. Are you sure? Are you just saying that because of past digressions? I think Brock Lesnar is there for the long haul. I really do. I don't think he's just there. And if he doesn't, then fuck me. But I think this is the right move. This needs to happen.
Brock is starting to show his age, though.
He is, but he's still badass.
I know he is.
He's legit.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's starting to look his age.
But the thing that sucks is I can't look at Brock in the same light with Seth Rollins. I can't. What do you have to say? Well, I don't know. Just wants to like Brock Lesnar to take the mic away from Paul Heyman and say, "I got this." Pretty good line. You want to come up here, say hi to everybody? Come here. Come on. Get up there. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, everybody. Wave at everybody. You're right there. You want to wave at everybody?
Mm-hmm. Hi, Wendy.
Damn, they're not going to do it at the pay-per-view.
No. You're going to do it at the fucking
Premiere, the debut show.
Awesome.
We said that, though.
Yeah. They want the ratings.
It's a ratings grab. That's all it is. And it's going to happen.
Hi, Wendy.
I do like the move to October 4th.
I don't want to see on Twitter that, oh, well, Brock was just going to smash him because that one that fight took him out. He was just in a grueling match, folks, that took a half hour.
That shouldn't have taken a half hour, but nonetheless.
And he did look perfect.
I don't mind the move. I just hope if they're going to put the title on Brock Lesnar that he is going to be there and not.
I would prefer it be like the Hulk Hogan situation where he showed up for once or twice.
He sporadically shows up, but I don't want him to show up at every fucking SmackDown and fucking
fight for the title.
That's not what I'm talking about. Have him compete on a SmackDown. I mean, every once in a while, at least at the go home show. or something like that to build a feud, because if you can't build a feud by just having him show up, okay, here's who I'm fighting, and then to go home show I'm gonna have 5 of them. That's the build. That's not how you do it. You stick that flashlight. Slobbered all over you.
Clap hands. Yay!
Now you also got to remember too, the pay-per-view's the 6th.
Yeah.
Right.
So with that being that Friday, the pay-per-view being that Sunday.
Right. But at least he's competing on a SmackDown. Now, that's not to say that he's going to win the title.
It may set up for a rematch.
It's going to set up where the match, something's going to happen. What? I don't know. But I like what they're doing. I like how they're going into this.
Yeah, because then the week after that, you've got the draft starting.
Mom.
There you go, Bobbit. Steve Austin tonight's going to be talking to Dale Jr.
Yeah, the finale's tonight.
Oh, dude. I have to watch that.
Go ahead. I ain't.
There, you got your
Rams and Browns.
Can't wait for that shit.
I just want to see how I mean fantasy points, so I'm gonna get off of it.
You're gonna get off on it?
No, how many fantasy points I get on it.
You're weird. Sorry.
Oh, me.
And don't forget, folks, with NXT tomorrow night, hour 1 is USA, hour 2 is WWE Network. That's for the next 2 weeks.
And no, we're not streaming it.
No.
But who are you? I might just do it. You won't be there. No, I'm not streaming it. I have to go grocery shopping and
Friday when we're over there, we might as well bring
well, I don't want to be spending. Game starts at 7.
No, I know. Just find out how much it would cost to fix it.
We can actually do that the day that we take her to the doctor. What are you guys talking about in the damn chat?
Oh, which chat?
Why is Dory saying we are brilliant? What the hell?
Because we called the Brock thing.
Oh. Goddamn right. All right. So, is there anything else that we want to talk about from last night's show that
I wanted to talk about the AOP.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Why can they have the graphics underneath what they were saying, but they can't do that for Nakamura and Asuka?
Because the difference between Nakamura and Asuka and AOP is that their English is absolutely fucking terrible. At least Nakamura and Asuka can talk a little bit of English, and you can kind of understand what they're saying. They can only speak certain words in English, and you heard them speak a couple of words in English, and then they went right into their And I think it's the characters that they're portraying. They're portraying this mafia form, like, I don't know what country they're from. I thought they were from Armenia, but I could be wrong.
I mean, I know Paul Ellering, when they were with him, that he did their talking for him, and then of course they put him with Drake. But I saw that last night, and I'm just like, well, this is kind of pointless that they can't do it for Nakamura and Asuka when that's always been the complaint.
Well, no, it's a real complaint. Well, that's a lot of people's complaint, but the real complaint should be, or is, that they aren't being pushed because they are Japanese. It has nothing to do whether or not they can speak English. They've had Yokozuna. When they had him as WWF champion, he didn't speak. He just said Banzai.
Right.
He's not even Japanese. He's actually Samoan. But the point I'm trying to get at is Asuka and again, Asuka and Nakamura can speak English. It's be
not fluent, yes.
Yeah, not fluent. It can be difficult to understand them. But I can see because they need to do something with AOP, and this seems like the logical thing to do with AOP. Like, you've seen, okay, well, it's kind of the same thing.
Well, that's their ethnicity. Akam was actually born in British Columbia, Canada, but he's built from Punjab, India.
What about Razor?
Dutch. That's all it says for him. And he was also known as the Albanian.
There you go, the Albania. So they're treating them like foreign mafia people, which I don't mind. I don't mind it.
I mean, it was good to see them back on last night because we were asking where they were.
But here is the thing. You're going to see now it's going to become, well, if you can do that captioning for them, how about other people? Then you're going to be reading captions instead of paying attention to what they're saying.
Right.
That's why they don't do that. Like, you'll very seldom hear them talk. You might see them in little vignettes like that speaking, but you won't.
If they do talk, it'll be maybe one sentence and it'll be in English.
Yeah. I don't want them to talk, to be honest with you.
I would honestly rather see them backstage than the Street Profits, because to me they're completely worthless at this point.
Agreed.
Well, like Basement and I say, they're just hype men.
Yeah.
That's all they are. You can't use the AOP as hype men because you're just gonna hear gibberish coming out of their fucking mouths and then caption. That don't work. Oh, I want to talk about this. Oh, I'll talk about it in a second. Sucks at acting.
Always has.
He's fucking butthurt. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, rumor is it's going to be Roman and Bryan versus Harper and Rowan.
I've heard that too, but who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything. But, oh great, Ali's coming on, so I can talk about this. So, no you didn't, Aaron Reed, nice try. So anyway, I would tell him, well no I wouldn't tell him because he'd probably do it to me.
I was going to say, you kick your ass.
He'd treat me like Daniel Bryan. But I would say, hey, Eric Rowan, fucking Aaron Reed was talking shit about you. But anyway, so, this whole Vince McMahon being at shows has got to fucking stop. It is not the fucking reason that the show... People were saying that the show was good. Can somebody... And I don't know, did we talk about this already? Can anybody here honestly tell me one thing besides the King of the Ring that was actually any good?
I can't name one thing.
If you were to rate that show, what would you give it?
I gave it a 1.
Did you know Vince McMahon wasn't there? Would that raise your rating?
Nope. Because I mean, whether he's there or not, he contacts them via Skype. He contacts them via phone. It doesn't matter if he's there or not.
No, I don't. But people on Twitter are saying, well, Vince wasn't there, so the show was good. The fuck it was. The fuck it was. There was absolutely nothing about that show except for the King of the Ring that was any fucking good. The end of the show was okay. But it all goes back to what I said at the beginning. Fuck Bray Wyatt. He's dead. He's fucking dead. And nobody come at me and say he's the Fiend. He's fucking Bray Wyatt. What did Seth Rollins call him last night? Didn't call him the fucking Fiend. Called him fucking Bray Wyatt. Call him for what he is. He's fucking Bray Wyatt wearing a fucking mask.
And if Seth is supposed to be this immortal person, why is he cowering in the corner?
No shit. I know people out there like this Bray Wyatt thing that they're doing with him, but it's dead. They're going to ruin it. They're already ruining it. They're putting him in a title match with Seth Rollins. Too soon. He's had one match. How does it justify him getting a fucking title shot? What, just because he mandible clawed fucking Seth Rollins at the end of a show? I don't give a fuck. That doesn't justify anything. The McMahon's run this shit. Now Seth Rollins can make fucking matches if he wants. Fuck that shit.
Well, if you remember, he did the same thing with Braun Strowman.
Yeah, well, it's stupid. Superstars now making matches, I can't get behind. I don't like it.
Well, and then right afterwards, you had Braun Strowman come out and attack the tag teams that were out there. So there's nowhere for him to go now.
Right. I can't get behind what they're doing with Bray Wyatt. Sorry. And I never will. Then they ended the show with that stuff. No, in fact, the end of the show, I fucking hated it. I hated how they went off the air. And that upside down shit, that was planned. Because if you've seen at the end, that was a Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt did that, which he didn't. Kevin Dunn did. But
I honestly thought when they kept playing the song, it was like they ended that segment way too soon because it just kept repeating and repeating and repeating. Right. It was just like, okay, they got like two more minutes of this.
So they're going back to this now. They finally decided to go back to this. They put the fucking Miz in a fucking match. Either that or something had to have happened to Ali that they didn't. Okay. But I don't follow him, so I don't fucking care.
I don't follow him either, but he keeps showing up on my timelines.
Sorry, Ali is. I'm not a fan of Ali. What's up, Cardinal? How's it going?
Hey.
Yeah, well. How's it going, man? How's it going? I haven't talked to you in a while. I sent you a message the other day about Christian Yelich, but that's the last time I talked to you. I know you were doing a show, so I thought I'd shout it out to you if you didn't know. But what's going on, man? Good to see you in the chat again. It's been a while since I've been in my chat. It's been a while. I mean, I've only been back doing this pretty much like a month now. Actually, the Brewers are playing well. I'm not going to lie to you. They're on a pretty hot streak right now. I think they're going to cool off, but they have a pretty easy schedule at the end of the year, so I'm hoping. Keeping my fingers crossed. As long as the pitching shows up, I think they'll be all right. Really? He likes that I'm doing live. I appreciate that, Cardinal. I thought I'd come back to live just because. I just had an inkling. I wasn't getting the feeling, and it had nothing to do with Bobbitt or Trek or Ronnie not being here. It just had a lot to do with I just very good at reviews. I'm good at talking about wrestling, but reviewing a show I'm not so good at. You miss my reviews? I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm not very good at reviewing shows.
I think the reaction shows are better because you get more of that authentic
Say it again?
With the reaction shows, you get more of the authentic feel opposed to the reviews where you're sitting there reviewing and the moment's already happened. So you're not really into it.
Well, I appreciate that, Wise Society. I just didn't have the flow. I just didn't feel it, man. That's why. And yes, it is a painstaking trying to fill time with when there's nothing to give a reaction to. So I'm trying to just fill it by me talking. What we just seen is essentially Kevin Owens showing up Oh, he's got a fucking lawyer, man. Like that's what that guy in the suit is behind him. He's got tickets.
I mean, you saw what he put out on Twitter Sunday. How come Becky didn't get fired? How come Becky only got a $10,000 fine when he got $100,000?
Been served an injunction. What did he say?
Who let that guy in here?
Well, interesting. I like it.
Either going to be a wrongful termination suit or some sort of harassment suit.
It's going to be a wrongful termination suit. It has to be because he fired him. What did he fire him for? He called it down the middle. Remember what Shane said?
Actually, considering he was a WWE official, he could be suing him for that $100,000.
That's probably the storyline. That's probably what he's doing. He's countersuing for $100,000 for him laying a hand. It could be a fucking assault.
Sorry, we're being loud.
I like that, and like I said, they aren't gonna fucking fire Kevin Owens. He isn't going. He might show up on NXT because it's a debut show on USA. Right. They're gonna. I guarantee it. They're gonna have more than just Kevin Owens show up. Okay, so don't. What are you saying? Holy crap for?
Riho just to like my tweet.
Oh Jesus Christ! Let me go through this once before. Bobbitt fucking loses his collective shit whenever he gets tweeted. I didn't get this. We didn't get this reaction from you when John Cena followed you.
I was crying.
I don't know why. It's just John Cena.
Oh, Heather, I'm gonna send you a message here in a second.
Okay.
So, what was I talking about before? It's really interrupted by Bobbitt and his fucking out chasing.
NXT.
Showing up in NXT.
NXT.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see more. I'm just kidding, Bobbitt. I
know.
I think there's going to be more than just Kevin Owens if he shows up. I mean, you got to remember, they still are trying to tell storylines. They still have storylines. So they're going to have nostalgia acts show up. I'm not talking fucking Undertaker or fucking Stone Cold. I'm pretty sure you're gonna see something like that. Actually, no, you really don't, Cardinal. I mean, you can, but there really hasn't been much of a build for stuff. I'm not gonna lie. They did do the Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler match. What you really want to watch is what's going to happen tomorrow night with the four corners match. I think it's called either that or Fatal 4-Way.
Something like that.
That's going to be the beginning of the build for that. Rhea Ripley's going to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
Sooner than later. So I see Shayna Baszler holding on to the title, talking about that. Until at least TakeOver when Rhea Ripley or Kairi or Io Shirai. I don't even think Io Shirai is going to take the title off. Io Shirai is going to be involved in a feud with Candice LeRae for a while. It's going to be Rhea Ripley, I think. I just see it. That's what I see. But
yeah, I'm thinking Toni Storm's going to show up too since she's dropped that belt.
I don't want her
to. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I think she is. Well, I don't know. I think she could do the tweener thing, Cardinal. Rhea Ripley.
Oh, fuck yeah, she could.
Because
she would pull off the better Stone Cold character than Becky.
Oh yeah, she can pull off the Stone Cold character. That's what I see her doing. I think Rhea Ripley is a Stone Cold type face. I wouldn't call her Stone Cold. Don't quote me there. But I think she's like that kind of a baby face. Not even a baby face. She's just a face. She's a good guy. She's an anti-hero, I suppose you could say. Because she beat the shit out of all three of the fucking women, I guess.
Yes, she did with chairs.
She don't play fucking game. But you'll have to check out that match. That match was good, but that might play into what happens at NXT TakeOver. But tomorrow night's show on NXT, it's live. They're going to do something. They're having the women's fatal 4-way, and then they're having Velveteen Dream take on Roderick Strong. And Triple H talked about it in his press conference. If you did not watch it or listen to it, you should, because he explains a lot and what he's doing with NXT. So, but I want to talk about Vince McMahon. I know we were trying to talk about it, but then something else came up. Oh, great. Shane McMahon's in. So, yep, they're fighting in a street fight. Vince McMahon, like I said, Vince McMahon showing up, not being there, doesn't make the show great. And Paul Levesque, Triple H, Stephanie, Kevin Dunn, they all answer. If WWE did something, if anybody did something that Vince didn't like, I guarantee you they would not be employed right now. I have not heard anything about Vince firing anybody. So what does that tell me? That Vince booked the show? Because if that's the case, he hasn't been there a few times this year. He hasn't fired anybody yet. At least not anybody that's produced the show or anything like that. So I don't want to hear that because Vince wasn't there, the show was good. That's not true. The show was absolute garbage. Vince is there tonight, and I think it's better than Raw. I think tonight's show has been better than Raw.
Oh, it definitely has been. It's more upbeat and it's a better pace.
Hell, as soon as Brock came out, the show got better.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. Which, who thought we would be saying that?
Yeah,
all of us.
That's what I said. I mean,
no, saying that Brock actually made the show better.
I don't mind Brock Lesnar. I
don't either.
I don't mind him either, but he doesn't really add much to the show.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. What did you just message, Bobbit?
Huh?
Somebody just messaged something.
If I was put the screenshot about Rio liking these tweets.
Yeah.
Other than that, he gave me.
Oh my God. Oh, are you not going to be here tomorrow?
I plan on being here.
Okay. Here it is. And then you attack me from behind like a coward. You laid your hands on an official, which is exactly what you fight me for. The chant that the crowd is giving right now, I like it. Hey, what's up, Tony? The grounds that I was being insubordinate. That's where my case rests. That's where my case lays. Is the fact that I wasn't being insubordinate. Actually, it was quite the opposite. Is that fine you held over that $100,000 fine over my head for weeks. And finally last week I followed my pride. I thought of what was best for my family, and as sick as it made me, did exactly what you wanted me to do. I tried to help you. That table. You know why? Because you tapped out. You tapped out. You out. You. And because of that, tried to take away. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to hear what he's saying.
That's all right.
Tried to reason with you. Tried to fight. I think I even tried to. Now all I want to do. And I finally realized that the best way to do that is hit you where it hurts the most. That is your wallet and your pride. So Shane, make no mistake about it. It's about a lot more than I have a case, and you know it. I can see it. Case I have. Bit of a case. But I guess you didn't read those papers very thoroughly, because it's not just about taking millions of dollars away from you. But there's another clause. That's when I get to come back here, stand in the middle of this ring, and look at you dead in the eyes in front of the entire WWE universe and say, Universe? Shane McMahon, you're fired.
He's going for control of SmackDown.
He's going for what?
Control of SmackDown.
He can sue for it.
He's suing for Shane McMahon's WWE shares. That's the other clause in that lawsuit.
Okay, I was gonna say, per storyline.
Yes.
In real life, let's get this straight. In real life, Shane McMahon owns no stock in WWE. Well, he might own a little, but he doesn't own a lot. He doesn't own enough to where Kevin Owens can take control of SmackDown. Okay, let's call him the shit. I can't wait to see fucking Twitter. Fucking Kevin Owens owns SmackDown. No, he don't own SmackDown, people.
First storyline, he will own SmackDown. That's about as far as it'll go.
Agreed. I like that. I like what they're doing. Now, this might be the end of Shane McMahon. But look who's on fucking SmackDown, people.
But there's bad blood between WWE and Ric Flair.
Come on, people. Come on. Ronnie's looking like, really?
Huh? Yeah.
Wasn't expecting this.
Same video from last night. I can't pay attention.
So I have a question.
Yes.
This might play into it, but since they're up at the draft for like 2 weeks, does that mean they bring back like GMs and commissioners? Because they're not just gonna have like. I like to see them having a McMahon like do like each one, but each draft pick, but then wouldn't it make more sense as GMs?
No. I don't think it's going to be commissioners. I think it might be GMs.
No, I don't see GMs ever being anything. Unless they finally realize that, hey, this fucking storyline does not work. That the McMahons run it. Essentially, they tried that. They tried something different where the McMahons run everything. This could be the end of that, and they are bringing... No, Kevin Owens is not going to be the GM.
No.
I think they'll actually bring somebody in to run the shows. And that might be Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff. Does that mean that they're going to be on-air personalities? No, I don't know. If a GM... let me put it to you like this. I've had this discussion before. GMs or commissioners, they don't involve themselves in football games. Unless you're Jerry Jones, that actually is the GM. And he owns the fucking team, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants. What I'm getting at is you see GMs behind the scenes, signing people, trading people. That's what I think you're going to see between Raw and SmackDown. You're going to see a GM, hey, I'm going to trade, hey, let's set up a trade for this guy and this such, and things like that. And it's going to be legitimate, which is what it should be. It shouldn't be storyline. That's hard to do because whoever the first pick is, it's going to be like, oh, well, they're going to take Roman Reigns first. Okay. Somebody's going to take Seth second. I don't know what's going to happen. They should just draw names. That instead of having a draft, draw names out of a barrel.
Yeah.
And have actual they're a $1 billion company. Actually have people put their name, put everybody in a fucking pool. Yes, put everybody in a fucking pool. All right? And then I can draw that name out and have actually like whoever does the Oscars, where they have somebody that has nothing to do
the committee
with the show, where they actually have somebody like they do in the Oscars.
The committee.
Whatever.
I'm just saying to give you a better word for it. Have a committee that's
not even a committee. Just somebody on the outside that has nothing to do, isn't employed by WWE or anything like that. Not even a committee, just one person. And do the drawing for them. That's what I'm getting at. Not even a draft. I don't even want a draft. They shouldn't even do a draft, because a draft makes no fucking sense.
I like the draft lottery because that just felt more random to me.
Draft?
Draft lottery.
No, the draft lottery.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like having them draw names out of a fucking basket like a bingo.
Right.
And having it be legit, where it can't be worked. That makes more sense to me than it does having a draft. So Ric Flair is back. 5 innings. So there's really no animosity between Ric Flair and WWE. They wouldn't put him on TV if there was.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any animosity to begin with. I think it was just, hey, you forced my hand, so this is what I gotta do.
That just tells me the WWE settled.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my thinking. They've already decided, yep, we'll pay you. You'll get X amount.
It's either that or they sat there and said, you know what, come back on TV and we'll pay you for it.
Right.
Yeah, she was using it last night.
Yeah, and she's still using it on Twitter, too.
Yeah.
She just did a Tide commercial, and she said the man several times. So.
Be the man, you got to sue the man.
Yeah, we were talking at that work on Sunday, and they brought up, and someone asked me, right, does this mean GMs are coming back? I'm like, you know what? It makes sense if the GM comes back, because then you're going to have someone make those picks and stuff that, unless you have a random computer just like say, it's time for a computer to make the pick.
They're playing off of this shit.
Actually, it didn't really playing off of it too much. Was in the commercials with Fox. Ric Flair's in the commercial with him. So they're actually friends.
That's who did that woo. That wasn't.
No better?
And Cardinal, if you guys like listening to baseball commentary and you can't get it on the radio, for Cardinal is he's doing, and I'm going to shout him out. A good friend of mine. He was just in our chat just a minute ago. Go check him out. He's doing and he's very good. He's very good at what he does. I've actually sat and listened to him. He's actually doing the Rays and Dodgers. So go check him out. I'll shout him out all day.
It's at Sir Cardinal TV.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't know what Charlotte is. I don't know if we don't even know if Sasha's even a heel. I mean, how can Sasha be a heel if she did that? That's why I don't like these chronicles. They're like, oh, pity me, but I'm a heel on fucking TV. I just don't like that.
Well, I like the road trips. They're supposed to be in a feud, but they're on the road together.
Yep, they're right along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is that? Sasha and who?
Well, I'm not saying Sasha. I'm just saying that they were when they had who was it that they were riding together and they were feuding. I suppose they had animosity.
And I think that Owens, Zayn in one.
Yeah, that's right. It was. Yeah, let's see.
Excuse me, I just picked it up. The enemy of my enemy is my friend is my enemy because I pooped in Cheerios. What? Whoa!
And there we go.
Well, they said that last night. This could be a hell of a match. I don't know how long they're going to let it go. Two of the better wrestlers in this company, but I don't think it's going to last very long.
Just don't bring the chairs in the match tonight.
What's that?
I said, just don't bring the chairs into the match tonight.
They can't swing for shit.
They suck.
The lightsaber action last night with the chairs was a little too much.
I was so glad I was putting Wendy to bed at that point.
Oh my God, the chair shots in that match were absolute shit. The first Hell in a Cell match. That's not happening. Again, Wise Society, you're thinking too much again. Don't start that imagination. Don't get that imagine. Do that in your promotion. This is WWE. They won't do that. We go to a commercial.
Yep.
Oh, that's all right. I have.
I was gonna say, let's see that picture.
But I actually flipped it over. So.
Not really.
It's been an alright. I can't. It's
a better pace of a show.
It's a better pace of a show than Raw was. Raw last night. I mean, thank God I was able to flip back and forth between the football game and
Power Rangers movie.
In the Power Rangers movie, Investigation Discovery. Yes, there is more options out there, but I can skip commercials if I have to. And that helps me make it through shows. That's why you see me with the remote and I flip channels. I'm not watching I'm not watching the commercials. Commercials bore the fucking shit out of me. I've always changed the channel. Oh, don't get me started on that, Tony. I'm not a fan of The Fiend. The Fiend can fuck off. The Fiend needs to go. He should not be in a feud with Seth Rollins yet. He should be having a feud with Roman Reigns. Sorry. I know people like The Fiend. I cannot stand The Fiend because he's dead. I've talked about this. The Fiend is dying. They have begun the destruction of The Fiend. Remember how Randy Orton, well, not even Randy Orton, Matt Hardy, they had the super deletion? Yeah. All I'm going to say is that's where Bray Wyatt's heading. Super deletion. Super duper deletion. He should not beat Seth Rollins. Not with the way Seth Rollins has been built up. I'm sorry. But I will agree that was probably the best segment of the night, was The Fiend getting in Seth's face. But you've built up Seth to be this invincible monster, and then all this, now he's afraid of The Fiend? I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. I just can't buy it. I just can't buy into it.
Also, you brought up the pacing of the show. How sad is it that the pacing of the shorter show is better than the pacing of the longer show? It should be reversed.
Because it's not as long as Raw is. That's why. Triple H even said it. There is a challenge to having a long show. Even just doing a 2-hour show. But the pacing, the 2-hour show, they can get away with. The 3-hour show is... Here's the problem with them doing a 3-hour Raw. How long are their pay-per-views? About 3.5 hours? About 3.5 hours? I'm talking about the main card. Stop including the pre-show.
No, I mean like WrestleMania, 4 to 6 hours.
No, it's not. It's 3.5 hours. WrestleMania is the only show that I remember being longer than 4 hours. It's between 3 and 3.5 hours. No, they don't go any farther. They've only done it with WrestleMania. Because the SummerSlam, they ended the show at 9:45, didn't they? So my point is, essentially, when you do a 3-hour pay-per-view, Raw is, you might as well just call Raw your pay-per-view. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And we may even notice that with NXT, with that going to 2 hours.
You'll notice, but the thing about NXT is, I bet you the flow of the show is better than the flow of Raw. It will be.
Yeah.
There's
I'll be
better
right back.
storytelling, less
Right now,
actual wrestling.
Right now, the storylines, they don't have any storylines really on NXT. Like right now, they're just starting to tease storylines. They aren't really telling anything. Let's see if she can fucking do this right. The problem with Charlotte doing this is she extends herself too far. She tries much better. Oh my god, she actually landed one. She usually overshoots. It looks like it. She's showing. She might have even come up short on it, but. They're going to have Bayley interfere. And Bayley should interfere. Sasha should not. There we go. You can't have Sasha lose. You cannot have Sasha lose.
Not yet.
No, actually, Sleeping Angels, that was all Charlotte. Charlotte did it right. Fuck is Carmella?
God damn, that was vicious.
Interesting.
Excuse me.
Am
I missing something here?
I think we all are.
Yeah, I was gonna say she was with R-Truth last night. Now she's out here.
If anything, it should have been Becky to come out. Like I said, if anything.
But are we missing something with Carmella and Bayley and Sasha?
Bayley
okay, hold on.
Put out a challenge on Twitter.
Go ahead. No, I was telling Heather to hold on. Go ahead, Trek.
Bayley put out the challenge on Twitter and called people out, and Carmella was one of the ones who accepted it.
Okay, slow down and say that again.
Bayley put out the challenge on Twitter, called out people like Carmella and Zelina Vega. Carmella accepted going.
Okay, so that makes sense then.
Well, if you're gonna go with that, then so does Zelina Vega.
But Zelina Vega's a heel. They're trying to turn Sasha, or Christ, they're trying to get Bayley to turn face. I don't see it working.
Turn face or heel?
I think Sasha and Bayley did look strong. I fucking Sasha looked strong. I don't know how she did. I thought she looked okay. That could stem from that too, by society, but I don't think I've said this before. Vince doesn't care what NXT does. NXT is its own entity.
Mm-hmm.
What about Roman? You're saying you're Roman? You're Italian. You're not Roman. You're from Rome, Italy. Is that what you're saying? What about Roman? I don't understand the question. I don't understand.
Are you hot?
I don't understand what you're talking about. And yes, being a smartass. It'll be okay. Why society? Nobody gives a shit that Ryback is live on YouTube. I do not fucking care about Ryback. Ryback can go fucking suck his own dick. Because he needs to feed himself more. Oh, I gotta tell my funny story.
Steer people in the pools again, I guess.
I gotta tell my funny story. Who here's seen Forensic Files?
I have.
Okay, so you know how they're trying to tell the story of how, you know, so-and-so is killed, and they give little clues as to how somebody was killed. So the first episode was this guy, and it has to do with a linguist or a writing, a grammar or whatever he is, a writing expert. And he was saying how the guy that was murdered loops his piece, but the killer elongated his piece. Okay? That's all I took out of that fucking show. The first episode. The second episode, and I want to ask everybody this question. It's 6 a.m. Your dog needs to eat. Okay? Or needs a treat, or whatever. Is it bad that somebody goes to the grocery store at 6 a.m. and buys dog treats, dog biscuits, and nothing else? Is that suspicious to you? Or is that just somebody that wants to give their dog a treat at 6 a.m. in the morning?
Or it could be somebody extremely fucking high.
Well, it could be. So my point is... Go ahead. Go ahead, Trek.
No, I was saying that they're eating their own Scooby Stacks Rabbit.
I have no idea what you said. So to finish what I'm saying, we were laying in bed watching this show. We're at episode 2. And this guy, he killed his wife. And he went into the store and bought dog biscuits. The only thing that I took from this storyline is that, or that they connected the dots, is that the guy bought dog biscuits. The guy bought dog biscuits at a store. Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's the catch, though. He did drop his wife off, left the body in the parking lot with the car and walked home. But he went into the store as to not look suspicious to buy dog biscuits. But what if I'm another person that went in? Would I be a suspect too if I was just in there buying dog biscuits at 6 a.m.? Think about that for a second. I didn't kill nobody. I'm in there buying dog biscuits for my dog because I love my dog. Dog's got to eat too. What? Fuck the dog? I don't understand. So all I'm saying is, from these 2 episodes, is do not elongate your piece and do not buy dog biscuits at 6 a.m. in the morning, or you're going to go to jail because somebody's going to think you killed somebody. That's all I got out of that. Just saying.
Well, if you look at that too, a lot of people, if they're trying to cover something up, they go to a store, get a receipt, or they make it seem like they were running errands and not in the vicinity or whatever. That's if you're trying to cover something up. But yes, if you're just going in to buy dog treats, and you'll probably be in the lineup because you were at the store at 6 a.m. buying dog treats.
There was more than just, I mean, Jesus Christ, I guess somebody going in to fucking buy marshmallows at 6 a.m. in the morning is fucking a suspect too. Everybody in the store is a suspect because they were in the store at the same time as this guy. That's the way I'd look at it.
I've legit gone to Walmart at 6 a.m. to hunt for monster trucks before.
Well, after seeing your pictures today, I would believe that, Bobbit.
Home from Memphis. That guy's trying not to fucking laugh. See where this goes. That's right. Hey, so if anybody ever kills anybody, just call Aaron Reed. He'll have coffee with you.
Hey, you might be a professional wrestler while you're at it.
Yeah. You might meet Baron Corbin. Excuse me. Oh, they're going to start doing the short jokes thing. Thank you, Ray Sean. Appreciate it.
Yeah, bless you. I was waiting for you to finish.
God bless you.
I'm done.
I was saying bless you because hey. Time to sneeze.
That was a chill. Fuck you, Evan. You're an asshole.
Every time you get a chill like that, it sounds like you keep your pants.
It definitely did not come on my pants because that fucking hurts. They're doing the little people jokes. I'm sorry, they're funny. I shouldn't laugh because the midgets will get me, but whatever.
I was going to say, and you're fetish with short
but Chad
people.
Gable is not a midget. He's 5'9", 5'8". Actually, he's 5'9".
He looks like a damn midget in that ring right now.
You come up a little short. God, I'm fucking brilliant.
That's a cheap ass girl.
It was supposed to break.
I know.
Oh shit!
That thing broke. Tom Phillips is laughing his ass off.
Well, can you blame him? Because this shit's fucking funny. He's got a short complex.
There we go, folks. He's not going to be wearing the robe to the ring every time.
Baron Corbin yelling, stop.
Crown's already done. I'm a big heavy girl. Corey's whole part of the scepter.
Fucking Byron Saxton hands him a fucking handkerchief, says, crying? Look at Corey Graves.
I just want to rub your ass on my face. Your daughter is twerking on my head. Nice.
Practicing to be that backup dancer.
Who is?
Wendy. Didn't she say she was twerking?
Yeah, she was twerking on my head.
Gotta do that in the music videos.
My kid will not be twerking on TV. Ever. Nice dad joke there, Dan. I get it. You don't have to explain the joke. It's not funny. Sorry. I think they already played that joke out. I'm just kidding. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good joke. I don't know if you've seen it in the chat. I would say Gable had a short temper issue. It's not a short temper issue. I would have said he had a short temper tantrum. He has a short temper. And that's probably what they're going to come out with next week. Chad Gable has a short temper. Or a short fuse. Good one, Ronnie. At least he wasn't in a bar and said, "Ooh, you grew." It's exactly what fucking happened to me. What fucking Chad Gable did? What happened to fucking Baron Corbin? That's exactly what happened to me. Except I didn't get beat up. I got the
Next
fuck out.
pay-per-view, if Gable comes out with the short stacks, then you'll know.
So what? He's going to be part of New Day?
Well, no, that'd just be the short joke. He'll just come out with the little pancake people, the little short stacks.
Better not come out with the fucking midgets, fucking pancakes. Fuck that shit.
It'd be like the No Way Jose conga line.
Conga line.
Oh, I didn't say it. Dan Rex did.
Yep, he started it with the short temper.
He did. Having a short temper isn't an issue. Problem.
Howie.
Good.
was you.
I still don't think they're doing anything with Chad Gable. Nothing productive anyway.
It's gonna be a short little feud with Corbin, and then they're gonna move on.
Short little feud.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Short story.
See, moms can tell dad jokes.
That's a bad mom joke.
Look at you notice.
At least I'm not trying to come up short on my jokes. You kind of are.
There is nothing about that game that actually makes me want to pre-order it.
I don't care to fucking play WWE 2K20.
I barely play 2K18.
Otis is not wearing the usual fucking wearing fucking like trunks. He's a fucking midget. He's not a midget, basically. Not a midget. Yeah. I wish he'd get the hang of not being a jerk. Not a midget, not yet a woman.
Go up your nose, honey. Don't need to snort the water.
Sean Ross Heff just tweeted out, workaholics had a joke board in their writing room of tired jokes that weren't allowed on their show. Short jokes would be on WWE's. Nobody gets that. All right. Fantastic. Home run as I turned away. So, why is...
If I'm on TV.
I think he's funny too. I think he's great. I don't want him being pigeonholed into comedy though. I want him to actually wrestle. He can do the comedy and still wrestle. Like he's doing right now, but he's being funny with it, but he's that good to where he can just over it. Oh my god. He just got kicked in the gut. Watch, he's gonna start fucking dancing. It's like he pushes a fucking button on his fucking belly, and he just starts fucking dancing.
Oh, he's Ultimate Warrior. Oh, not there, not there. Yes, it is. Hey, Ben, hello to my neighbors. Alex, you let that go. You let that go. No.
No, it's the caterpillars, not the worm. Basement. Yeah, you're right. He is pigeonholed into comedy. I get it.
However, he's got the wrestling talent.
He does have the wrestling talent, but I don't think they'll ever get a tag team title shots ever again. He looks weird without the strap. He ends up taking them off anyway. Oh, this is why they're gonna. This is gonna be the main event. Daniel Bryan standing in the middle of the ring, talking 15 fucking minutes. I don't want to fucking do that. It's gonna make the show boring. Oh, I don't want to see Daniel Bryan for 15 minutes. I'm sorry, Wendy, you had to see that.
That's alright, she's busy pretending you're the dentist.
Yeah, I know, man. I get it. She's gonna have to take another bath.
I said you're gonna have teeth like that.
Oh, I thought. Well, right now she's got teeth like me. I'm just kidding. Hey, why are you pulling on your mom's face? I don't care if you do it to me. Don't do it to your mom. Be nice. Don't rub your eyes at me. Don't be like, oh, it's pity party time for me. No, stop doing it. I know. Do you want to go to bed? Didn't like that idea. I'm not gonna say the other word because we'll have to.
You already said it once. I shouldn't react to it.
Yes, this is true. Hobbit explosion. Oh no, that's not. I don't want to. Sick. People are gross.
Basement's the one that told him to explode.
Oh my god. Fucking basages.
I didn't go. Wait, what? I didn't go explode. Well, I mean, I did in the toilet, but still.
Oh, so it's okay to talk about poop?
We can talk about poop now? Great. So anyway, I was sitting on a toilet the other day.
Oh God, please no.
We were talking about with you getting Riho, a retweet by Riho or a like or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
don't
like
want
she's
it.
liked
You're
one
good.
before.
You're good.
I've never.
No. No. I don't want to hear about your happy time in the fucking bathroom. Start talking about that. I'm gonna start telling more poop jokes. That's pretty shitty of you. I thought it was funny. There's your poop joke for the night, Dan Rex. The State Farm Arena. Where are they at? Atlanta.
Georgia.
The toilet bowl.
No, it's Cleveland.
Actually, no. Honestly, Iowa is the toilet bowl of the United States. Go look at a map. Look at Minnesota, look at Wisconsin, look at Iowa, and then look at Illinois. It looks like a guy sitting on a fucking toilet. Seriously. And Iowa is the toilet bowl. So yes, the poop jokes are bad. Except I'm pooping it. Smells kind of shitty too. Talking about Island.
Oh, come on now.
You ever been there? Have you ever been there?
Oh, Iowa sucks.
You've never been there, so how do you know?
He's taking your word for it.
I've seen pictures of it.
There are some nice places in Iowa. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like right along the river is really nice. Oh fuck! 9 minutes in Brian talking. I hope Eric Rowan comes out and just fucking suplexes him through the fucking ring. Des Moines is okay. It is not great. I have been to Des Moines. Heather has been to Des Moines. The thing about people from Iowa is you get them outside of their state and they do not know how to fucking drive. They like forget how to fucking drive. Kind of funny. Never been to Ames, but I will be going there here next fiscal year. Been to Iowa City. I'm not a fan of Iowa City. It looks dirty. Campus is nice. But that's about it.
How about Davenport?
It's all right. Nothing great. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, Ryan.
Oh, you're fine, Ryan. Just family comes first, man. You're good.
Tommy put a fair video international.
Oh, fucking angry. Dubuque is not that great of a town. There's nothing there. There's nothing in the city. Like I said, probably the best part of Iowa is driving the river. I've never driven through a cornfield. Wisconsin has cornfields too. Florida is America's basement? I don't know about that. Alabama is. Here comes Roman. Right as fucking Eric Rowan fucking body or choke slams. Or fucking... Oh, he's like, fuck this, I'm going right after Eric Rowan. It is. It is the foot of it all. Why do they have to fucking... Why can't they just hit the steps? Why do they have to have, like, the steps just, like, literally fucking explode? I mean, come on, man. You don't need it. Just run into the fucking... You're not... Just run into the steps. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to fucking destroy the steps to prove that it hurts.
It's that big explosion since they don't have pyro.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Gotta give them something.
What the fuck are they? Now they're hitting local talent for no fucking reason. Whee!
I off of that. Alright, so it's just like, not my notes, not my notes.
Shit.
Are
you sure that was Tom Phillips or was that Corey Graves?
I think Corey Graves.
Nope, it's Tom Phillips.
It is not. Corey can't even take a ball.
Oh, I know. I know Corey Graves can't take a bump. I was going to say that's kind of a bold move for WWE to do something like that. Crucifix slam. Fucking love that shit. Chippewa Falls? Are you talking about in Wisconsin, Ronnie?
Yeah.
It's actually very nice. Chippewa Falls is very nice.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of pictures.
It's if I remember right, it's where Leinenkugels is made. If I remember correctly, that's where Leinenkugels is made.
Okay.
And they have a brewery up there, and I think it's right on the river.
Yeah, the waterfalls and all.
It is very beautiful up there. It's very beautiful up there. It's up in northern Wisconsin, like Green Bay, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. I don't even know where the Wisconsin really fucking starts. I have to look at that.
Isn't it close to the
It's up by home. It's up by Green Bay. Thank you. No. It's not. I don't know where it starts. I'm an idiot. You like what's going on with Eric Rowan and all that? That's terrible. I'm not liking what they're doing right now. Not gonna lie to you. I don't like where it's going. Are they giving a push to Eric Rowan? I hope not.
I think this is how they're going to turn Daniel Bryan back to face.
Well, I'm okay with that.
That's the only reason. And to get the Bludgeon Brothers back together.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, I don't even think they're going to be called the Bludgeon Brothers anymore.
No, but the general premise.
I know what you mean. They're going to be pigeonholed as the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yes, they are.
They're not the Bludgeon Brothers. Favorite match of the night? Question. I'm asking myself. Nobody asked me that. I'm trying to think. He could be.
Only has 2 matches tonight.
Canadian Basement? I don't know.
Technically, we only had 2 matches because Ali and Nakamura wasn't really a match.
No, it was a segment. Trying to think. I really don't know. Lesnar was okay. It wasn't the best part. The ending to SmackDown was probably the best segment for me. But I don't know. As far as match, there really wasn't any great matches tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Sasha and Charlotte wasn't that bad.
For the time they were given, yeah, but I can't get
you had a half hour of Kofi in them in the beginning.
I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, which led into Brock, but.
Then we had that thing between that supposed match or that segment with Ali and Nakamura, and then we had the women's match.
Right.
Then it was talk the rest of the night.
I mean, you got Shane and Kevin Owens segment.
Right.
That was pretty good.
I don't know if I like that statement. I'm trying to think of a match. I'm just going to go with Charlotte and Sasha. For what they gave us was pretty decent. But other than that, the show, it was better. You know, Kevin Owens isn't fat. Kevin Owens kick your ass. Just gonna throw that out there, dumbass.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably the best segment was the ending, and probably I don't know. Struck.
For me, it was probably Charlotte versus Sasha. I thought that was a good match. They let them go for a while and stuff, and I want to see what they do with Carmella and stuff. Like I said, that Bayley called out Carmella on Twitter, so this is the beginning of that, and hopefully she looks like she's improved quite a bit. So hopefully they'll actually give her a good run with it and everything.
I agree with you, Horny Goat. I just don't know. I just don't know if it wasn't. There was nothing really overwhelmingly great about the show tonight. It was decent. It was way better than fucking Raw. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And I don't give a fuck what anybody fucking says. Being a fucking troll. don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. Ronnie, what about you?
Yeah, there's Charlotte and Sasha for me. And like I said, the Brock and the Kevin Owens and Shane segment I enjoyed. I mean, it's continuing Shane's storyline, but hopefully this will be the end of it.
Right. Actually, I'm going to go back and I'm going to say that was the best segment of the night. I forgot about that. And that shouldn't have been forgotten because that was the best part of the whole fucking show. And the only reason it was the best part of the whole fucking show is it made Shane McMahon stood there and looked dumbfounded the whole fucking time. I loved it. Fucking loved it.
Well, and I mean, he had the exact point. He's like, this is what you fired me for, and you did the exact same thing. It's kind of like what he tweeted out Sunday with Becky.
For everybody saying, and I knew they were going to do something like this. In fact, didn't I mention they were going to do something like this? Not this exact thing, but they were going to do something along the lines of doing where Kevin Owens was going to essentially sue or get lawyers involved saying that, you can't do this. So that being said, I'm actually gonna in the show for me. Oh my knee. So I enjoyed that segment, but again, probably the match of the night was probably Charlotte Sasha, even though they only got like 5-10 minutes at most, and it turned into a segment nonetheless. I still don't know what we'll have to research it. What the reason for Carmella, and it could be what Trek said that Bayley called out wrestlers. But we'll see. So, I don't know. Bobbit, what about you?
Sorry, I was watching this. The match for me is Sasha, Charlotte, and the segment has to be the Brock Kofi thing.
You didn't like what about the Kevin Owens Shane thing?
Yeah, I like that too.
All right, Heather, what about you? You probably same thing. I mean, there really wasn't any matches that really.
I think there was only the two matches, right? And then the segment with Nakamura and Ali. That was it. The rest of it was talk.
Okay, we'll see. I don't know. But that being said, we're gonna end the show here. I want to thank everybody for showing up. Like I said, Raw was absolute trash last night. So for me to actually go live last night with the way that the show, with what happened at the end of the fucking show at Clash of Champions, I in my right mind, because somebody probably would have said something and I would have lost my fucking shit. And I would have ended the fucking stream anyway. And it wouldn't have been anybody here because they would probably agree with me. But I cannot justifiably sit here and say that I would have put on a good show last night because I would have just lost my shit. And essentially, I did. I was yelling the whole fucking time throughout the fucking show. Like, why are they fucking... I am telling you right now, Bray Wyatt is dead. They are going to put him in that match, and he should not win. He will, but now you're killing every other. It's just, I can't get behind. Where do you? Basement says it best. Where do you go with him from here? If he wins that title, where do you go? Now you're just sitting there waiting for him to get the title taken off of him. Who's going to take the title off of fucking Bray Wyatt? Who's that person? Are you going to stand up? Why are you doing this? So, with that being said, y'all have a great night, and we will talk to you later. Good night. Say goodbye, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
Say bye. Say bye. See you guys later. Say goodbye.
Eat Jones.